Hello, Gordon here. Hope all is well with you. In this Facebook Live I've called Not Everyone Will Like What You Have to Say, ... And the ... leads on to, but don't let that stop you saying it. Not everyone will like what you have to say, but don't let that stop you saying it. And I was reminded of that looking back at one of my own quote images saying just that. And I'll post that image below this video when I've posted the video. And it was me doing a comedy gig, and in the photograph you can see an audience member in the background who didn't look overly impressed with what I was saying. So that's what made me come up with the quote. And a lot of people do let the fact that other people won't like what they've got to say, they do let that stop them. They're a people pleaser in that respect. And I know about that because I was one myself, and I still can fall into it myself. I was brought up to A, only speak when I was spoken to, and B, to make sure I said the right thing when I was spoken to. So I was brought up to say what people wanted to hear. Particularly one of my parents. If I knew that particular parent wasn't going to like what I had to say, I wasn't going to be saying it, let's put it like that. So I was brought up in that respect to be a people pleaser. But of course what that does is it pleases the person who's quite happily hearing what you say because you've tailored what you say to not upset them, but it doesn't please you, does it? You're putting other people's thoughts and perceptions and frameworks and agendas ahead of yours. So you're signing up to other people's agendas. And in life, I've met many people who, to use another famous expression, call a spade a spade. They are very blunt, very upfront, and they will say, if you don't like it, tough luck. And I've always found that refreshing. Because I was brought up the other way, I found it refreshing that people can be happy in that place. They're saying exactly what they think, and if anyone doesn't like it, they can say so, but tough luck. Personally, as I've developed, I like to find a balance, a middle ground. Because while I think you definitely should say what you want to say and what you feel and what you think and how you want to express the real, genuine, authentic you, I'm not talking about being rude or being unkind. Because a lot of people who are blunt, sometimes they say things that are rude and are unkind. Sometimes they mean them, sometimes they do it unintentionally. But sometimes you hear people say things and you think, well, hang on, that should be obvious to you that that is going to upset someone and there's no need to say it. So that's where the balance comes in. I think in that situation, you can zip up a little bit and you don't have to say it. If you don't have to say it and you know it's going to upset someone, well, maybe there's no need to say it, is there? I have met people, plenty of people who say, well, offence, if someone is offended, that's their problem. Offence is taken, offence is not given. Yeah, well, sometimes that's an excuse, isn't it? When someone says I'm offended, no, sometimes they say, oh yeah, I'm offended, they're being a snowflake, to use the parlance of the day. But other times, someone genuinely is offended, and if you know that they were going to be offended, well, maybe you are giving offence rather than them just taking it. So that's one aspect of saying what you want, despite the fact that other people might not like it. The other way I look at it is in one of my other favourite subjects, or the joint favourite subjects, self-improvement, goal achievement and wealth creation. On the goal achievement front, there's a famous book by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich, and it is a good book. There's another book which I read when I was starting out on my discovery of this kind of field by Ron Holland called Talk and Grow Rich. It's a clever title, isn't it? Because people who've bought and know Think and Grow Rich, they might think, hang on, Talk and Grow Rich, what does that say? And to me, what that says is when you've got your goals and ambitions and what you want to do, tell people. Tell people. Let everyone know. Because you will be amazed how many people will support you, encourage you, help you, and might come up with advice or opportunities might open up for you simply because you've told people. That opportunities might be shut off, doors might be closed, simply because people didn't know. If you don't tell people and then say, oh, no one's supporting me, no one's helping me, well, how would they know? They're not psychic. So you've got to tell people. You really can be amazed how many doors that can open up. Now, of course, if you tell people your goals, there will be people who don't like it and don't want to hear it. Because your goals, your joys, passions and agenda might be completely different to what they had in mind for you. Okay, so you're reclaiming your agenda back from their agenda for you, and they won't like it. And they'll tell you if they don't like it. They might try and stop you. They won't help you. They won't inspire you. They won't encourage you. They won't tell you about opportunities. They won't give you advice, or the advice they give will be, don't do it. Don't do it because, don't do it because, don't do it because, you're not good enough, you're going to fail. I don't want it. So you can see again, isn't it? It's people might not like what you're going to say. Don't let that stop you saying it. Because if they don't like it, once you've told them what your goals are, two things might happen. One thing is, once you start taking action towards your goal anyway, they might think, you know what? Good for them. Good for him or good for her or good for you for taking action and going. They have a grudging acceptance and they like it. And then they might come on board and they might turn into someone who encourages and motivates and supports and helps you. Great. The other option is they won't. They will stay this person who doesn't like it, who doesn't want you to get to that goal and will not encourage you, not support you and might even try and stop you. That might happen. And here's what I always say. If you've told people about your goals and they don't like it and they just put negative energy towards you, don't focus there anymore. You don't have to try and persuade them. You don't have to justify yourself. Change your focus onto your goal, to your agenda and the crowd of people who will support you and encourage you, because that crowd is always out there, I can assure you. In real life, definitely, but online, absolutely, because I'm one of them, for example, aren't I? So yes, you can try and explain it and try and get them on board, but if you're just getting negative energy and you're not getting anywhere, leave it. Don't expose yourself to that negative energy and waste your time and energy trying to change it. Then you can just let your actions do the talking after that. So does that make sense? Not everyone will like what you have to say. Don't let that stop you saying it. Remembering about not being impolite, not being rude, not being unkind. That's not what I'm talking about. But in the key areas of life, health, wealth, career, relationships or lifestyle, if you've got something to say, which is the real, genuine, authentic, passionate you, say it. This is the kind of thing I cover over at my Transform Your Life Now program, by the way, which you can see at transformyourlifenow.com. And if you sign up to that program, you can immediately see a video presentation of my 8-step goal achievement formula and my 3-2-1 breakdown of turning your passion into profit. So let me know what you think about this message, about saying what you want to say, even though not everyone will like it. If you do like this message, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button or leave a comment below. That helps Facebook share my message a little bit further. So I'd appreciate that. Hope all is well with you. Wishing you as ever health and happiness, and I will speak to you again soon.